guys, so for today's video, I am going to be showing you my stretching routine. Now, I've tweeted out a bunch of times when I'm like stretching at night. I have this like ritual where I stretch. I feel like stretching at night helps to wind me down, it loosens up my muscles, helps me sleep better, and it gets rid of any like aching that's kind of like developed in my body throughout the day. So every time I've tweeted it out, a bunch of you guys have asked me back on Twitter like, hey, can you make a video about this? Or what are you doing in your stretching? If you guys want to see my diet and fitness routine, leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. I'm assuming you do. A bunch of you guys have said that to me, but just let me know down below. And with that being said, I'm gonna roll out my yoga mat right here in the living room and I'm gonna do a little stretching. Just like that. I don't know why I always think that that's a Stuart Little stretch. I don't know why I'm thinking of Stuart Little. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about, but Stuart Little pops in my head when I do that. So, okay, I'm gonna stretch now. All right, so I am starting by taking my shoes off. I had them on, I don't even know. I was filming the intro, had the shoes on, but I never stretch with my shoes on because for me, it feels like they get in the way and they don't really let me like point or flex my feet that well. So also, if you don't have a yoga mat, don't really worry about it because honestly, I hardly ever stretch with this. I just have it out. To be honest, I like the color and I like stretching with it sometimes, but you don't have to stretch with a yoga mat. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. So when I sit down, I usually start sitting some kind of like cross-legged way and I align like my posture and I really focus on dropping my shoulders. Sometimes I'll kind of rub my shoulders out, go down my neck, tilt my head to the side, tilt it to the other side. And I'll just kind of slowly get my body moving and in a better alignment. Roll my shoulders maybe. I usually bring my arms up, reach high, and then I reach back down. Take some breaths while I'm doing it. And then I'll do any kind of like side stretching. And this whole routine, it's definitely not like strict by any means. I just kind of have like a usual pattern and flow that I follow, but none of it is set. So at this point, and I'm gonna go forward, I guess I probably would go sideways on the mat, but I'm gonna stick my legs forward. I put my legs in front of me and I start easing into bending forward. So sometimes if I'm really like tense and tight, just sticking my legs out in front of me is like enough sometimes. Sometimes just that is like not enough, but that's a good place to start. I stick my legs out, I kind of bend them, my feet are flexed in front of me, and I'm gonna move the camera a little bit because I still feel like my long body, you can't really see everything. So hold on. Okay, that's much better. I'm a little farther back. So I flex my feet, I point my feet, I kind of move like this. I feel my hip sockets kind of, not sockets, but like this area kind of moving. Point, I flex, and when you point and you flex, you feel it right here behind your legs. So once I feel like that's comfortable and just that position is kind of warm, then I start kind of easing my way down. And keep in mind, this whole video is moving way faster than what I would move if I was stretching at night like in front of the television, because usually that's what I do. We will be watching a movie or a TV show and I will do these stretches and I will move really slow. And stretching is like addicting. Once you start doing it and you get into the habit, it feels so good. It releases so much pressure on your body. It's de-stressing. You feel so much more limber and relaxed. So I love just taking my time while a good TV show or a good movie is on. So I would like face this television and I do this. And Dan sees me do it every night. So as you can see, I'm kind of easing down forward until I can really bend forward, pull back, forward, back. And same thing, I always like to check like my posture and my alignment, make sure that I'm not sitting like this. I don't know if you guys can see, but like this is very different from like sitting up. I think they call them your sit bones, and trying your best to sit up straight. I'm definitely not like the expert at this, but trying to sit up straight, trying to keep that posture forward versus like this. There's a big difference, and you feel it when you're stretching too. So once I've usually stretched forward, a lot of times I kind of come back to center, and then I'll go right back out to do the same thing, and I'll reach forward and hold. And I just kind of move through the same couple stretches until I feel like that is really warm and that muscle is really limber. And now, the next, choking. All right, the next stretch that I do is I like to take my legs out into like a splits. I'm gonna back up a little though, yeah, kind of on my mat. Now, I cannot do the splits anymore. In fact, I can hardly keep from like rolling backwards now. But when you open your legs up, just remember like you wanna try to keep kind of forward, not back. So it kind of comes back to like this whole thing again. I mean, yeah, you can sit like this and get a stretch, but in terms of where you're really gonna get stretched, you wanna keep like sitting forward and up, not back like that. So I kind of sit here, and usually it's just like the thing where I stuck my legs out in front of me. I don't start moving into it. I like to hold it first. So I'm gonna hold my legs out, keep sitting up, and I'll usually just start with light stretching here. So I'll just focus on my posture. I'll flex my feet. I'll point my feet, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. And the interesting thing about flexing and pointing is you'll feel when you do it, it seems like it would be like a pointless thing to do, but flexing and pointing your feet, you feel it in all of your muscles. So it's just kind of like some light movement, light stretching, and you just kind of let yourself lightly limber up. Now, once I've sat here for a while and I feel like my muscles are starting to get a little warm, I will typically align back up straight, bring my arms up, reach to the side, grab my foot, and I will reach over to the side. And then I will reach through. And I hold it there for a minute, not literally a minute, but like a couple seconds. See how my body feels. And it just feels so good. I'm not as like limber as I used to be, and it just feels so good on your muscles to really like get that stretch. It's like it almost feels like immediate pain relief. If you're tight or you're tense, you feel it all melting away. And then sometimes I'll walk to center and just kind of sit there. And because movies or television are usually on, I will sit often in this position and just kind of flex and point and just focus on like the alignment of my stretch and just kind of sit here and watch something. So I'll do that. I'm telling you guys, watching something while stretching is like the best way to go, because stretching is already nice and relaxing anyways, but like when you watch a movie or a TV show, you're like, I'm gonna relax and I'm doing something good for my body. So awesome. I'll sometimes push my legs down a little bit because I feel like my knees tend to want to pop up, not relax and let the muscle go. All right, so then I bring it back to that cross-legged position. They say you should try to like switch up your sides. I'm pretty bad, I always forget to do that, and I sit up straight. And at this point, I just kind of feel what's going on in my body. So usually I feel like I end up wanting to do some kind of stretch where I bring one leg over and I pull it up, and I just kind of like to release this down here. And there's different ways of doing that. I will kind of like bring it up like this, kind of hold and push into it. You can kind of feel if you try to straighten your back inside like this, you feel that stretch into your butt. The other side. And then I'll usually go back to the center. See how I'm feeling, see how I'm doing. Like that. And then I do some weird stretches. This is like This is one of the last stretches I'll show you guys. I like to take my leg, put it behind myself. This is gonna look so weird. And then I like to bend back like this. And yeah, either rest on my elbows or, this is probably a really weird angle to watch this, I will completely lie down like this. And what this does, as I'm talking to you from the floor, is it stretches this whole muscle right here. So I believe that's called, is that your quad? Yeah, that's your quad. So it stretches this out, and I'll let that kind of sit there till I feel it start to release. And then I will switch over to the other side, same thing, maybe start here, and then let myself go down to the floor. And then come back up. And that's about the end of my stretching routine. All right, guys, so that is it. Please go ahead, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to see a diet and fitness routine video, let me know down below, and I will see you all on the flip side. Bye. You're never going out of style. Ooh, pretty baby, this world might have gone crazy. The way you save me, who could blame me when I just wanna make you smile? I wanna do you like Michael, I wanna kiss you like